You are now tuned in to My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to gods, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful. You are now tuned in to My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. Goons to gods, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful.
Holla at us next week, man.
No doubt, man, and definitely shout out to the family, LiberationMindedMedia.net. That is Black Eye Stand, Do the Knowledge Radio, The Rundown with Renee, and My Skin is My Sin. Oh, and don't forget to share the show, man. If you check it out today, or if you check it out next week, or if you check it out in 1,000 years, and if you are that motherfucker that digs us up in 1,000 years, you are the most phenomenal individual to ever walk the galaxy for digging up this greatness and still share our shit, man. Shout out to you. Don't forget to check out the websites, embroshell.com, designsbymonet.com, and myskinismysin.net.
Bismillah. Yeah. So I'm gonna take my time with this one, man, but if y'all can just do me a favor real quick and nod your head. In the name of the one love, I say praise God. There's hallelujah. Woo. Alhamdulillah. Rasta men say Jah, them Hebrews they say Yahweh. Some folk they say Jehovah, some folk they say Namaste. In the name of the one love, I say praise God. There's hallelujah, woo, alhamdulillah. Now some folk gon' say yay, other folk gon' say nay. Hey, I respect you, so respect me and just let me pray. I'm working on my 5 times like I lost my watch, I gotta find time. At times we can lose our minds, caught up in the grind. I know I had to find mine. Now look, I don't know your life, but I do know mine, so I can speak on that. Lessons learned in my life, I put them on the mic like 23 in red and white. My flag fly red and white. Ain't killing, we healing with the truth, bringing dead to life, cause that's what the truth do. I was lost in the darkness, but now I done seen the light. So don't bring me to height, bring me to heaven. Not when I die, now when I'm living. Righteousness is not a ritual, it's the spiritual that's beyond a religion. I used to pray a whole lot, but had a whole lot missing. Had a hole in my soul cause I talked to God, but I never would listen. I had to find my faith, more than words in a book. Ay, it's the life I live, it's the love I give, and the verse in the hook. Because God is love, so it's love I share. Spread love to the whole universe, every verse, that's my prayer. Ay, say that's my prayer, yeah, say that's my prayer. Spread love to the whole universe, every verse, that's my prayer.
What's that, MD? I'm coolin', baby.
You feeling that?
You got your gloves on?
Alright, we good.
What's happening with it, baby? I'm coolin', dog. I'm trying to stay safe. I see green juice.
Tell them build that immune system, you heard?
Look, you know the mayor said we supposed to be inside right now.
The mayor?
We not in court.
Scotty, what's good, y'all?
Who that is?
I don't know that boy.
How y'all doing, man?
Hold on.
Hey, man, what's good with y'all?
Hey, what's that?
Hey,
What's
what's
for,
good?
dog?
You know what? You forgot some mess over there. Where y'all going? Stay right here. Man, I'm coming back. I got some questions.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Bust it.
Remix.
I got them squirts for the low.
Remix.
I got them squirts for the low.
Corona. D1.
Look, where Italy at? USA at? Canada, China, we don't play that. Just that Corona clap. Just that Corona clap. I said I'm trying to stay safe, won't it please believe? But that corona make it hard for a player to breathe. Don't wash your hands, you might catch it, won't it, and you stuck. Right now them tickets to Jamaica only $15. I'm trying to quarantine myself, I'm staying inside. The NBA canceled on me, man, I'm feeling deprived. I'm out of toilet paper, but they ain't got none in the store. Man, that corona wild, you can't wipe your butt no more. And ain't no more school for students, it's just classes online. This shit ain't about to have their graduation on FaceTime. Man, they trying to cancel God. I can't go in the church. Got hand sanitizer on deck, and I'm selling squirts. My concert's getting canceled, man. I'm really so droll. But if you start coughing around me, I'm walking clean out the door. I'm telling all my people stay home. It's really that real. Don't play with that coronavirus, man. Cool out and just chill. Where France at? Where Spain at? Africa, Philippines, we don't play that. Just that corona clap. Just that corona clap. Where Japan at? Where Brazil at? Mexico, let them know we don't feel that. Just that corona clap. Just that corona clap. Man, y'all be safe, man. Y'all stay inside, dog. Don't let that corona get you, dog. Yeah, man. It's your boy D1. Mission Vision all day.
This is in fact a crisis. Make no mistake about that. This is real. And we're asking everyone to pay full attention.
What's good, fam? This is Jobs, and you are tuned into My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to guys, we welcome everyone, and we only have one rule. Let's be respectful. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to your family. And if you're having a bad day, hopefully we can make it a good one. If you're having a good one, let's see if we can turn that shit into a great one. And it's you cannot avoid it. You know, we have all been affected by COVID-19 or the coronavirus, whatever you want to call it. But what we wanted to do tonight was allow our healthcare workers on the front lines to call up and speak their truths if they want to. And how you doing, Queen Larisha Anderson? And we are live on YouTube and on Facebook. Just look up My Skin is My Sin on either platform. Actually, we're on Twitch and Twitter as well as Blog Talk. And if you do want to call up, the number is 347-855-8692, and all you got to do is press 1. But again, we want to make sure that we're giving the people on the front lines an opportunity to speak their piece. Because I've been watching a shitload of CNN and Fox. I watch them both just to try to discern where the truth is. But it's the same shit. You know, a lot of nurses, a lot of healthcare workers, for that matter, get ignored in the coverage. It's the same couple of doctors, the same one nurse, you know. And matter of fact, we do got a call. So let me get the 6884 right quick before I get on my rant.
Hello.
What's good, fam?
Nothing much. Enjoying my day off.
That's what's up. So, are you a nurse, doctor, respiratory therapist?
I'm a registered nurse.
Thank you.
On the front line, taking care of these people, coming in. Some confirmed cases, some cases that still, we waiting for the results to come from, but
That's
yeah,
what's up.
it's crazy to see it, and it's also infuriating to see people.
Your phone just went real low.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Hello. What about? Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's
it's
better.
infuriating to see people not with the jokes, because we need to laugh through this to get through it, but people who aren't taking it seriously, like, oh, this, they still talking about going to the beach or still having parties at their house and everything. The crazy part about that is you have the party and you hanging out with the young people, but then you go visit your mother or your grandmother or your auntie. You know what I'm saying? And you put everybody at risk. And I guess until somebody see somebody who's really sick from it, or know somebody who really loses somebody from it, it'll keep spreading until it hit home.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And real quick, the number is 347-855-8692, but you do have to press 1 to get on air. So are you scared when you go to work?
I am, but I got to go to work. We still got to eat and do all of that through all of this. I just try to take extra precautions, even above and beyond, what they're telling us to do. So, yeah.
The fucked up part about it is, and then I'm going to get to, we're going to bring 911 in on the conversation. But the fucked up part about it is that we can't take off. You feel me? And matter of fact, they are punishing nurses severely for, calling off. They want you to work, even though you may be showing symptoms.
No, not at my hospital. At the hospital that I work at, we all have to sign in individually. Like, we have this app that we had to download to our phones. It's asking you what your temperature is. They check your temperatures on the way in, and they stop at every single person at the door. You cannot come in if you don't have no business at the hospital.
Well, shout out to them for being aggressive. Do y'all got the protective equipment that y'all need?
We have protective equipment, and we are not. From what I know, we're not on a shortage, but what they're trying to do is prevent a shortage. So, like, your mask that we normally take and throw away, you keeping it. And you got to clean it, and everything that they taught us in the beginning of school for 20 years now, we doing shit that they always taught us was not okay. So that's the part that bothers me. Is because if it wasn't okay there, how the fuck is it okay now with some shit that's worse than what the fuck we was ever facing?
I can't disagree with you there, Queen. And hold on one second. Let's bring 9118 on.
Hi, guys. How are you?
All right, yourself.
Hello.
What's going on? What do you do?
I'm a nurse, 27 years. And I've been listening to the conversation with the young lady who just spoke about the hospital she works at. I have worked corporate America side. I have worked case management side. I have worked on the floor and busted my ass side, okay? Corporate America don't give a damn about nobody. And let me tell you something about the temperatures at the door. That's a federal act that was put into place, and if they need you at work, they don't give a damn about your temperature at the door, because we already had to scream on them and call the state board in New York on a facility that I work at about bringing somebody to work with a fever. The papers clearly states this has nothing to do with COVID-19. It's to do with the flu, with pneumonia, with bronchitis, with the cough, with pink eye. If you have a fever of any origin, whether you have a virus or not, you're not supposed to be in the building. They want people on the floor, so they don't give a damn. I don't care what hospital you work at in America. People could blast Cuomo right now because that's the state I'm from, but Cuomo is going hard in the paint for all of his nurses, especially because we're the front line. CNAs and nurses get all the dirty and the grimy stuff. I don't care what type of nurse you are. If you're hands-on, as I have been on both sides of the fence, you're going to get shitted on. And that's the point. But I'm a 53-year-old woman with 2 grown kids and been doing it. I remember carrying my kids to work with me, and that's back in the day when you could set them up in the room if they weren't feeling good, and the doctor would come treat them on the floor, and everything was all lovey-dovey. You can't even, I could never, ever, ever do that now, even if this virus wasn't going, because corporate states, they don't care how many people they have to drag into work. They're going to make sure they have bodies in the building just to be accounted for.
I just wondered, like, how other hospitals are experiencing this, because the hospital that I'm at, we got way too many nurses, and I'm afraid to, like, be called off because they trying to work everybody. Like, the other day it was, like, 4 surgical nurses because all elective surgeries have been canceled. So the people who work in the OR don't have work right now. So they're trying to go to the floors and help people admit patients, the few that we have. But, like, we got 36 and 40-bed units that only have a census of 19 and 17, and then we discharging 4 or 5 people a day. Like,
so you have in New York, Cuomo broke it down. We have 53,000 ICU beds in hospitals across the state of New York, from the tip of Long Island to the top of the upstate New York, that means Canada, that can be utilized. He blasted Trump and told Trump, now you want me to say electively 26,000 people, if you get sick, you can't come in the door, because they don't want to send us supplies. That thing you said about the masks, that's real. They're doing that everywhere. There are no masks to be sent out and shipped. They were hoarding them. Trump's done behind just did a live news feed about an hour ago stating that he has 2 naval ships coming out to New York full of supplies. Why couldn't you have those 2 naval ships come out to New York 3 weeks ago when we needed them? So now you hoarding supplies. There's something called the Stratford Act. I don't know how old you young people are on the phone, no disrespect, but this is even before my time. There's a Stratford Act. My parents used to speak about it. He could have instilled that, where you make factories who are making tires, instead of making tires and oil pans and so on and so forth, or erasers for pencils, make us masks, make us protective equipment, make us gloves. You can change the dynamic. He's still thinking about it, though. He's still thinking about it. It's ridiculous. We're the one. I can't stay home from work. I have no option. That doesn't work for me. And they don't want to send you home sick as a nurse or an aide or a housekeeper or dietary, because they have to pay you. Why do they want to pay you if you're not at work? This is all corporate. Hospitals are not private. There's no such thing as a private hospital. They can tell you it's private, but at the end of the day, they all want to profit. So they don't want us to go home. They don't want it. And it sucks. So at the end of the day, they don't care. And they call Governor Cuomo what you want, but I have to give him his props, because he is getting us everything we need in the state. He's fighting for his nurses to be well protected.
Yeah, that was what I was talking to a doctor about yesterday. Like, and so it's like one day they had patients in droplet precautions, and then the next day they had them in airborne precautions. And so, I posed the question. I said, "Is this airborne or droplet?" And they're like, "Oh well, miss me with the bullshit. I want to know yes or no. Which one is it? Name it." And then, if you want to just tell me, well, we have to just put them in regular rooms because we don't have enough airborne isolation room, then fucking tell me that. Don't fucking try to make it something that is not, so that I will be complicit. I'm not.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
They're doing it all
I'm not going in there.
Queen,
if I don't have a problem
hello?
doing this, I'm not going in there.
Hello?
Yeah. Sorry.
Can y'all hear me? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, damn, can anybody hear me? And Queen, I appreciate your call. We're going to have to get to another caller, though. But I will say that geographically, I think that's where we're going to kind of get lulled into a false sense of security at some point, because New York is about to get fucking killed.
Yes.
But Utah and Colorado and Kansas, they don't have the dense population, and they're going to be like, well, ain't shit really going on with y'all. Y'all just stay in New York. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen, and I'm going to hate to see that. And what they really need to do, government-wise, is make it so nurses can cross state lines without having to apply for reciprocity. They really need to do that because I'm sure it would be a lot of nurses that would come to New York from other parts of the country.
They already recruit, and I get emails and messages every day to see if I want to go somewhere else and work.
I mean, but you got the whatchamacallit, too. What is that called? The joint where you can go to police. Yeah, you got that.
Contact license.
New York,
but not everybody has that, and not every state is that's a thing in every state. I'm just saying that, like, they've done that for doctors, where doctors can go across the borders without having to apply for reciprocity. Why not nurses? But on that note, 9118, I do appreciate you so much.
No problem. I appreciate you for doing this. God bless you, and thank you for letting me have a voice tonight.
That's so fucking dope. And stay safe, And if nobody told you today, we love you.
Love you. I love you too. And whenever you do this, I'll be right back.
No doubt. We you know what? We're gonna continue because we nurses, and we're gonna continue to allow our colleagues to have a voice and to talk your shit and anonymously and be able to say what the fuck you want to say that you can't say at work sometimes.
Sure enough. And you stay safe, my love.
Thank you.
No doubt.
Too. Appreciate it.
And thank you. All right, and we're going to get to 3424 right quick. And the plug said he'll be calling up shortly, so. That's kind of dope, though, man. That was kind of dope.
How you doing? Doomsday, what you don't know.
How you doing, fam? What's good, fam?
I'm the Doomsday mom. I fucked my kids up every time there was a doomsday, and they couldn't do a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hello?
But I realized it robbed their ass. So even with the Atlanta child
I'm
murders,
not sure that.
I'm going to have a stay the fucking house.
Oh, okay. 3424. I'm not exactly sure what was going on there. Maybe you were unaware that you were live. I did not want to continue to blast your conversation. Hopefully you are still listening. And if you are, we're going to try this one more time. Okay. Yeah. So apparently 3424 slightly busy. Understand?
Right.
You know what I have noticed though, man, is that actually going to work, and I work at a nursing home. So I think for the moment we have an advantage over the nurses in the hospital in that we're not dealing with the shit directly. Most of our patients, they for a minute there they stopped admissions, so the patients that we had before all this shit jumped off. So we know them clinically, the whole nine. And then we started doing, the vital sign checkups and just everybody's hyper conscious about it now. But we had the same patients. You guys will see like a gazillion different patients on any given day, especially depending on where you're at.
Right. I might take care of 15 patients in one day from admissions to, through admissions and discharges in a day.
Right. And like say you're in Los Angeles, or New York. Like in New York, there was a line down the block to get in the emergency room.
But my question for that is, why are you going to the emergency room? Are they really sick? Do they feel like they have symptoms?
I mean, I don't think somebody just wakes up and says, I'm going to go to the emergency room. But, like people they're lay people. And when you see you got a dry cough, especially the cough, nobody wants to cough in public anymore. You know what I'm saying? If you got a cough, you're concerned. And it may not be shit at all, but as a lay person, you're like, oh, fuck. Or, if you get the flu now, yes, you want to know. You don't want to hear, no, we can't test you.
But this is the thing, right? The thing is that even if you got it, it ain't really shit that we doing until you already way, way, way fucked up. And that's just life-sustaining medicine, 6 and 7 of them sometimes at a time. You know, just to keep a blood pressure up. Keep, you know what I'm saying? The balance to keep homeostasis, basically. Like, that's what we doing. But because there's no treatment for it. Like, they trying to give antivirals and shit like that, but that's, you know, it's probably safer not coming to the emergency department. That's the point. Like, you're safer not being around people.
That's crazy because it's really like I got sick a couple of weeks ago. And, oh my God! Like I thought I was dying, but I hadn't been around anybody. You know, like my environment has been relatively controlled. I'm an introvert. I stay in the house and I go to work. That's it. So I've been around anybody, you know, except for the gas station, and you never know. But like even I was like, okay, you know what? Let me go to the doctor. I didn't go to the emergency room, but I have insurance also. You know, there's a lot of people that don't have insurance, and unfortunately, the emergency room is them going to the doctor. You know,
that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, and that's the sad part, especially when you in a city, you know, with as many people as like New York.
Yeah, and they crowded up on each other. That's part of the reason for the rampant spread too, because the bird, like they all right there with each other.
Yeah, you know, there ain't no space between the cribs. You know, big ass apartment buildings everywhere.
You know, right? Stacked on yeah. So I get that why it's happening like that there. I also understood why it happened at that damn nursing home. Like, where was it, California? Where it killed Washington. Washington, Seattle, right, yeah. So, like, I understand that, too, because somebody went and visited there. You know, and probably hugged people, touched people, you know what I'm saying? Coughed in the air. And, you know, that's that. But, see, I've always been leery of people who was coughing in the air. For whatever it is, I just don't want it. Whatever it is. You know, I always been like that. If somebody coughing down the aisle in the grocery store, me and my kids will go down 3 aisles before we go down there. and I have them like that. They like that. Like, you know, and we have areas in the hospital right now where we taping off 3 feet. Like, this is where you contaminate, and it's 6 feet away from here and 3 feet from here, and, you know, all these different. I have done the same thing at my front door. So we take our clothes off when we first come in the house and put them in the bin. I got a shoe rack up there, like bleach wipes and everything. You wipe all of that shit down and put it in the dirty clothes, and then we take the basket upstairs and wash it, and wash the clothes every single day when you come in the house.
My bad. I was listening to the show on make sure the audio was okay. But what's disheartening is that, like, we always profess that this is the best country on the planet and we got the best health care system, which is some propaganda in my opinion. We have, you know, great health care for people with money. The rest of us get third world shit sometimes, and I've seen that firsthand. But what was disheartening was seeing nurses in garbage bags at work.
Yeah.
You know, and I wrote a post earlier today, and I'm trying to see if I can find it. I think I just did, and this is basically what this is what I said. I apologize if this offends anyone, but the reason nurses are being so disrespected and taken advantage of is because it's a field dominated by women, and they have played on your maternal instincts to all our detriment. They have convinced you that your profession is more important than your life. Those who constantly say, well, you signed up for this, are a danger to us all. We need a union nationwide, and we need to demand PPE, better wages, and at least $100,000 in life insurance for us all. More and more of us are getting sick. What then? You will go from essential to forgotten. Please wake up before it is too late. And I wholeheartedly believe that shit. And I don't want to hear all of this. No, nigga, I did not sign up for a motherfucking pandemic. Like, at no point in nursing school, you know, like, I get the point that there are dangers attributed to the job. But the dangers don't typically extend to your family. Like, you got niggas, literally, I saw one nurse who said she self-quarantined herself in her house. Since,
from her kids.
Yeah, from her husband and her kids. And, like, that's not a way that people should live.
Yeah.
That's not what people signed up for.
So I'm gonna tell you, guess what? Yeah, I mean, but I don't disagree with. I signed up to work through a pandemic, but what I didn't sign up for was to not have the proper materials to go to work and provide care during that pandemic. So just like the police officers, if they ain't gonna run out of motherfucking bullets. They ain't gonna send their asses out without their damn bulletproof vest on. The firefighters not going out there without their suits and the damn trucks and the hoses and shit to put the fires out. You need your shit in order to take care of them. Taking care of them is not the problem. It's being prepared to.
And that's exactly that's perfect. That's just a much better way of saying it. But yes, it's not like people, gonna run from the situation. We done dealt with a lot of fucked up shit. From niggas to TB to HIV patients just angry and spitting at you to all type of shit. But you had what you needed to protect yourself.
Or will snatch their damn IV out and fling it at your ass with blood on it. I've had that happen to me before. And my whole everything, I almost lost my whole everything in that room. Because now I still got to be a professional when some human shit affected me.
And you know what's really fucked up at this point, knowing what all is going on in the world, are the ungrateful patients. And I'm not saying that patients should kiss your ass or give you a parade, but to just be knowingly extremely rude at this point in time, it's like we all fucking stressed. It's like you get that one patient that's like, look, bro, I'm about to quit. I can't take this shit. I got too much shit going on in life. They take you there.
This one patient, he in there talking out. These are the people that's on this particular day is they real Southern Bells. They don't swear, they don't cuss, they don't get upset, they don't spit. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Ladies, when you walk in the room, and they older than him in addition to that. So like 20 years older than him. He like 35 or something like that. He in there like, when you go in here, lift my dick up, then push and wipe my balls off. Like, that's how he talking to these women. And then he like, everybody seems so standoffish when they come in the room and blah, 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 blah. So guess who we get for a nurse this particular day? Me. And he in there and he talking this shit like that. And I just turned around and looked at him. And I looked at him and I said, so you think any of the way how vile and, how terrible your vocabulary is, you think that has any effect on how people provide care to you? Because don't nobody come to work to hear that, if I could just be honest with you. I actually asked him if I could keep it 100 with him before I even opened that conversation up. And he said, hell yeah, why the fuck not? So, okay, let's have it. So we went back. He said, well, nobody said that. I said, right, but people come here. And he like, I can't wait to get the fuck off of this floor, blah, 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 blah. So I said, so you didn't create the relationships that you might have, but did you get what you needed medically from this floor? Because when you walked in here, you couldn't do shit. You walking now. So you got some benefit from the people who took care of you on this floor. And it's not fair to say the things that you're saying. Don't nobody want to hear that when they come in your room, because I already knew that that's how you talk before I walked in here. Why? Because we give report to each other every single day for shit like that. And we was cool. I ended up discharging them to rehab. You understand what I'm saying? And we was all right. But he did shit like, Tate, don't forget to put cream on my dick balls and my ass white. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he wrote on his note. So when you lifted his gown up to like do, that's what was written.
But
on
he
his
wrote this on a note
and taped it to his big ass belly. So when you go in there to do your assessment and stuff, and you got to clean them up, when you lift the gown up, the directions is right there written on his stomach. But it's cussing.
That is the weirdest shit ever.
Right.
You gotta watch my balls, though.
Right, and he like 400 and some pounds, and he broke both of his legs.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? So he couldn't do shit. Like, he couldn't even roll over. He couldn't do nothing. And so his wife in there like, be gentle with him. And I'm looking at them like, he can't help us do shit. And it's like 6 of us in here trying to turn him over. I'm sorry, we're gonna be as gentle as we can, but if we want this motherfucker to move, it's gonna take some elbow grease. Sorry. And then you ain't even helping, so shut up. I don't know.
That's crazy. And for those people, if you're listening live on Facebook or YouTube and you do want to call up, the number is 347-855-8692. And we got the flyer right there. It's for healthcare workers on the front lines. You know, call up, tell us the good, the bad, the lies. What's going on where you work at? You know, it would be dope and interesting if we had somebody from a dialysis center. You know, because I would be a hell of a lot more scared to go to work working at a dialysis center.
But I'm gonna tell you what, though. I mean, I don't know. You know, since the PPE is what scares they. You know, because typically they'll give you a mask to put on when they accessing your line and all of that, right?
Yeah, but typically it's just that regular ass piece of shit mask, though. It's not like, you know,
right.
They usually don't have like the spray guards or whatever you call it. You know, it's just that little light blue mask that everybody got on. You know, and you know those ain't waterproof. Like shit squirt on you, like you screwed in those masks. And they got people out here like wearing one of those masks for a week straight. You know, like I went to work the other day. We didn't have any alcohol pads. Not an alcohol pad.
What?
No.
But okay, so y'all the long-standing damn nursing home, though.
No, it's a corporation.
How many of them is it?
Geez, they probably got like 10 to 20.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say, with 10 to 20, you would think that it would be some type of damn warehouse or something that y'all got a stock of that. That should not ever be so, like, because this only been going on for this amount of time. Like, alcohol ban?
Yeah. Now, I will say that the manager on call.
That should be a par level sign.
Yeah, that should be. But the manager on call did address the shit and go. I don't know where she found the motherfuckers, but she went and found some. So I had to show some love. And that's another thing. Like it would really be dope if just as healthcare workers, you know, like listen to each other now a little bit. You know, say hello. You know, all of the backbiting and I don't like so and so. Like let that shit go for a minute. I ain't saying you got to stop hating whoever the colleague is that you hating, but put that shit on pause. Like a lot of us are stressed normally at home for whatever reason, be it monetary, you know, relationship, whatever the case. But now you add this shit into the mix, and you know it's like we all are stressed. And as healthcare professionals, we don't have the luxury of being told, generally speaking, we don't have no work for you. I don't want to say luxury, but that's not our reality. You know, like we still got to get up and go to work. And what people are not talking about is that healthcare workers are generally not going to benefit much from any of these that new quote unquote stimulus package that they put in.
And so this is what I'm trying to understand. Like, help me understand, and I hope that I'm not offending anybody who's listening to this. So I saw a person on Facebook post up, I'm sitting here smiling because I just saw, you know, the news, and they said that people on SSI is going to get this stimulus package. So my question is this: they on a fixed income. If they got their money, why they need the extra $1,200? They got the same money coming in every damn month. They hours ain't cut. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is that? I don't know.
I mean, you know what? Crazy. Yeah, I feel what you're saying, but like people on Social Security generally be on a really like horribly tight budget. So fuck it. Like at some point, you know, you right, but I ain't mad. You know, Social Security, you get a couple of dollars. I can't be mad at that.
Right, but 1,200 of them boys.
And see, and that's the thing. Like people aren't aware that this check we all about to get is really a loan. It's like an advance.
Get on that shit later.
Yeah, it's an advance on our taxes for next year. But the businesses are taking loans, and they get to get those loans forgiven if they don't fire their employees. So the businesses are just getting a big-ass check that they get to keep, not going to pass that along. They're not going to add to anybody's salaries. They're not going to do shit. They're going to hoard that money like they've done before. That's my thing.
What?
Like
they already budgeted to pay the people who was working for them during this time anyway. It was already implemented in their budget, but I'm guessing that because they're not, some of the places aren't making money during this time. You know what I mean? I don't know. It would normally shut their doors, I guess.
I'm interested to know also if they have insurance for this type of shit. They get like especially the larger businesses, they have insurance for fucking everything. I'm pretty sure that pandemic is somewhere in the language.
It should be. Yeah, even if it don't say pandemic, it's something to the tune of pandemic.
Exactly. You know, like a God created disaster or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain, especially after 9/11. I'm pretty certain they start really tightening up the language in this shit. So you're gonna tell me you're gonna get paid for the money you're losing, but you're still laying people off. So now you're not paying them, and you're getting paid for not paying them.
But they ain't fired, so that's all that matters.
Exactly. I'm a big proponent of healthcare workers getting hazard pay. I know that's a touchy subject for some people, but I do feel as though there should be some acknowledgement monetarily that, damn, this is some abnormal shit that y'all dealing with out of the realm of anybody's thought process. And you should get compensated for this shit. You know, because and I'm not just speaking on nurses or doctors. I'm talking about if you work in dietary at a nursing home, or if you work in maintenance at the hospital. Yes, you dealing with the shit too. You should get a couple of extra dollars.
Tell you what. Yeah, but they dealing with it. But I'm gonna tell you what they ain't doing. Their asses ain't going in them damn rooms. We delivering the trays. When they come outside, they stop at that motherfucking door and they pass that shit to us. We walking that shit in there. They not going even security. They'll come up there if it's like a visitor who like not want to follow, but they're not going in that room and talk to that patient about shit at all. They're not going in. Yeah. The case manager is standing at the door. Nobody's going in there. They talking to family members outside the door. Because, like, you know, I've had a couple of patients who were, like, actively dying and stuff. And so they let their family come in. And that was it.
And I could be wrong on this number, but I believe that, like, it's 16% of healthcare workers have tested positive. Or 16% of the positive cases are healthcare workers, if that makes a difference saying it that way. That's crazy.
Yeah, because people walk, before it was known here, people walk straight into the emergency department. The nurses and them, they standing right there. They triaging them. You don't see, on a regular day, nurses ain't got no mask on in triage. I bet you that's going to change today. But, on a typical day when you come in and you got complaint, they talk to you first and hear what you're saying and then put a mask on you.
Why do it sound like somebody got a squeezy toy behind you?
Because my dog is doing that right now, and I keep trying to walk away from him, but he coming everywhere I come with it.
I'm like, what the hell is
when
that?
I walk out the room, he follow right behind me.
You got sound effects and shit. And hold on, we do got another caller. And before I take 6334, I do want to say shout out to the nursing assistants. Like when you talk about frontline, like they are absolutely the frontline and spend more time with the patients than anybody else. So shout the fuck out.
But I'm gonna tell you what,
you CNA, STNA, whatever they call it in your state. Shout the fuck out to you. My bad. Go ahead.
Nurse tech. So no, I was just getting ready to say, like, I don't know how other nurses are doing it or whatever, but the one thing that I like to do is I team up with my tech And when we go into the room, we trying to do everything for that patient at the same time. So nobody really ain't going in there by themselves. So when I'm working with them, you want to clean them up now? Let's go ahead and clean them up. I'm going to go ahead and give them his meds, and we go in and we get dressed. The goal is to have the least amount of contact with the patients as necessary. They own, the cycle vital signs. They own the monitor. So, you know what I mean? You don't have to go in there to get no vital signs and stuff. It's already popping up on the screen. So it's just going in there to turn them. And I have come away from the Q2-hour turns as well. I'm sorry, but I'm not going in there every 2 hours. So that every contact I make, it increases my susceptibility. So I'm not doing that.
And hold on, let me get to
going in there.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Let me get to 6334 right quick. What's good, fam?
Nothing much. How y'all doing?
Doing good. What do you do?
Survive.
Right.
Well,
I'm not mad at that.
I was listening to what the Queen was saying about like how they're limiting interaction. I know at the hospital I work at, we're doing what's called virtual visits and virtual consults. So what it is instead of them coming to the facility, we FaceTime them on their phone or laptop or Kindle or iPad or whatever. And that's part of how they cut some of that down. The only time we accept people is like they need a physical or if it's any other type of physical ailment. But even with that, when the patient comes, they get stopped by an MA at the door. We take their temperature. We ask them if they left the country, if they had any kind of upper respiratory symptoms. If they say no, they keep going. If they say yeah, we turn them around.
And the thing with the virtual shit, like some insurances don't accept that shit. That's the fucked up part. Like I found that out firsthand because my shit didn't.
And what's crazy about it is like the reason why it was introduced at my hospital, and I don't know about any other hospitals or healthcare facilities, but I know at mine, of course, because of what the governor was saying in our state about trying to limit that stuff, our CEO was like, okay, well, we have to figure out a way to cut this down. And everybody across the board, if only the person had a smartphone or, any kind of device that has a camera on it, they can have the virtual visit and still be billed as though they came in person. We found a way to finagle that. Now, when they, like I said, what they do with the people that do come in person is like I told you before, and they're doing it to employees too. So it's like they can't even get through the door. Now, if a person comes and they have any of those symptoms, if the person has a car, they have the console in the car.
We got drive-up tents too. We got drive-up tents for the people who feel, specific for COVID-19 people who want to be tested. They come in and they got a drive-up. They took a whole parking lot, put a tent up, and the people drive up or they walk up to that tent. And they do not come in the hospital.
And you're one up on us because we don't have no tent. We just got the parking lot.
Yeah, they got the tent out there. But I guess
I got the trap house out there.
Oh, but they got it too. They driving up.
And that's crazy.
I guess that's what she's talking about.
Yeah,
and Queen, like your phone is like I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like you talking in like a closet or something.
No, I'm not in a closet or anything. I hope I'm not. Chuck's trying to avoid this rain.
Right.
But let me ask you this too: Do you feel that you have everything that you need, and are you getting the support from management that you would like?
Well, the management team is amazing. As far as having what we need, no. No. Because if we have to recycle the same mask, right? If we're on backwards almost a month out, then no, we don't have what we need. That's why we're making all these precautions where they don't even want people coming in the building. Now, the one site I work at, we have what's called Food for Life. So some of the patients that have chronic or acute illnesses that might run low on food or something like that, they can go to the first floor of where we're at. But the way they're doing it now, because of the COVID virus, they pre-package the bag, and then the person has to come outside to give it to the patient instead of the patient coming inside.
That makes sense, though. Like it does sound like they have, you know, been really doing some creative shit to try to minimize in some aspects, but they've been bullied in a lot of other aspects. And I think, and just again with me, like especially for nurses, like we need a fucking union, and not just like shout out, like there's a big ass union in New York. I want to say they got 40,000 plus nurses. And they've got a big ass, another big ass one in California. But we need to have one across the board. Like some of this shit, like should just be a simple, you know what, bruh? Like this is what's gonna happen if you don't do X, Y, and Z, and you'll be fucking surprised how quickly they'll do X, Y, and Z. You know, and be like, you know, like, and be fair on both parts. You know, we'll work X amount of hours if X, Y, or Z happens. You know, but for doing that, this is what we expect in return, and these are not optional; these are requirements. You know, because this is not going to be the last time that we deal with a pandemic. I guarantee you that. And I guarantee you the exact same shit will happen. They will act like they got caught with their pants down again, and they will be short of shit, and they will do exactly. We are setting the precedent for allowing them to fuck us over perpetually. And if we don't stand up as one voice, you know, and not just nurses, nursing assistants, you know, respiratory therapists, you know, healthcare needs to have a unified front. And if we're not seeing that now, we will forever, it'll just get worse. They'll say, oh, well, we were able to do X, Y, and Z the last time. We're not even going to bring that shit up this time. How else can we cut back? You know, and hold on, let me get Roman on the line too, right quick. What's good, bro?
Yo, peace, bro. What's good, man?
Shit. We just talking about, you know, the coronavirus, and we got a couple of healthcare workers on the line, and we're just chopping it up, man. It's just shit is crazy, man. And again, I want to say thank you to you, Queens, and the Queen that called up for being there. Because that shit takes, I know, man. I be waking up in the morning now. Not that I was waking up before, and y'all got to forgive my fucking dog upstairs. This dude is fucking retarded sometimes. You would think that he's up there, like, fighting, like, yeah, I don't know, Satan. And winning. It sounds like he's winning now. But anyway, it does. It just like we really need to set the tempo going forward, as well as for right now. Because the way I look at it, and I did the numbers, like, but let's just say one doctor, and we know a staff doctor is probably going to be responsible for like 60, 70 patients on any given day. Well, if that one staff doctor has the virus, how many people can he personally completely affect and give the virus to? And hold on 1 second. My apologies for that. But like, and you think about it, one nurse or one aide, how many people can they affect? I still don't understand why nurses, the frontline staff, has not been given tests before anybody else. Just as a sheer matter of how many people we directly affect on a day-to-day basis, potentially. You know, and I'll extend that to, like, if you're going to have grocery stores open, let them get tested. Let them feel better. Let them feel more comfortable, if nothing else. But they are in direct contact.
Yeah, but this is the only thing, because I kind of see both sides of that. Because if we test them all and they still coming in contact with people, how often do you test? Do you test again at some point? Because they still coming in contact with people every day. So how often do they get tested?
That is true.
So
and because it's
symptomatic, right? If you're symptomatic, then you come to the hospital and you say, I have the symptom. You know what I'm saying? I got a cough, my throat is sore, I got a fever, and then they gonna isolate you and you gonna get tested.
Yeah,
and then you got to
you do have a point there.
Yeah, and when you get tested, how many people go in and out of grocery stores? How many people go in and out of different places that we congregate at? The hospitals would be so crowded, it would look like a third world country. I mean, seriously. You know, and everybody that has symptoms like a fever or a dry cough, you know what I'm saying, or even shortness of breath, that doesn't automatically mean you have coronavirus. You know,
because
it comes down to money.
Right, absolutely.
It comes down to money.
So let me ask y'all this then. Like, what would be your biggest advice to the population at large that you think that would ease the load on some of the healthcare workers?
Stay home.
Yep. Stay home.
Stay home. That's the biggest thing that I can say. Like, don't and quarantine yourself don't mean, oh, I'm gonna only hang out with people I know. No, go home. Like, go home, because people are still, like, I saw somebody have a whole birthday party. They still had a house party, and it was probably 50, 60 people at their house after that warning had went out. So all of them up there hugging, selfieing, taking shots, you know, doing a little party shit, you know, when they have the same thing and everybody's taking a drink off of the same bottle. That's what they was doing.
Oh.
You understand what
I wouldn't do that no way. That's right.
You know how but you know how them little party, the little, I can't even think of the name of it, but you know, like a beer bong kind of deal, like where, yeah, like that, like so it's like it's only one thing and they got all the liquor on it. So that's where people going to get their drinks from.
Yeah.
Like the ice thing. So, you know, but I mean that would be my biggest advice, and like, take it seriously. And my thing is I would rather prepare and stay away from people so that I could be around to see my family after these 3 months is over, rather than risking killing myself or somebody who I know and love for the, you know, just to think that it's a conspiracy theory, because that's kind of like what people really think about it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
The thing about the conspiracy theory thing is like you may be right, but it doesn't dismiss the fact of what we're dealing with. You feel me?
Exactly.
Like I'm ready to get this shit over with. You know, I'm tired of just being suspicious of every motherfucker I come in contact with. And I am. I can't help the shit.
And the thing about it is that, you know, with this hyper fear, now we've seen it, you know, people doing what's called panic spending. You know, I'm going to buy all the toilet paper in the grocery store. So why? Because if you have the freaking virus, it's not going to matter how much toilet paper you're going to have. If you're going to go down, you're going to go down. That's what that is.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that.
The toilet paper?
I really don't. No, I don't. I don't have a problem with people being... If you got the bread and you have a family, you are obligated to provide them with as much as possible for their needs. And given the circumstances, like, we don't know if this shit's going to last 6 months, a year, 2 years. You know, like, I'd rather have too much of shit for a pandemic than not enough shit.
Well,
and yes, is it weird that people just instantly went to toilet paper and like totally neglected food? That's a little odd.
Right.
I'm gonna go food first, but I am going to, you know, you got to stack up on some TP if you're gonna get food.
Hold on, bro. It's a fine line of being prepared and assholism. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fine line. So when you go and buy out all the toilet paper, my nigga, and you might have a family of 5, but just fuck my family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Damn,
yeah,
I mean,
told you a couple.
You want the honest answer? Yes, nigga. Like I don't give a fuck about your family at this point, bro. Like my family comes first.
But see, what I'm saying is how much ass can you wipe with 20 boxes of toilet paper? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not feasible. Like I get it, it looks good, but you're not gonna use all the fucking toilet paper.
I mean, and another thing, like, okay, let's say I don't use all the toilet paper, but we in a pandemic. You know how much bread I can get for that toilet paper?
See what I'm saying?
This is asshole.
You know, right.
You're an asshole.
You don't want to turn into that because now you got people fighting in the grocery stores over a loaf of bread, over a roll of toilet paper. And is your life really worth that roll? Because there are some people that will go as far as
your phone just sounds horrible, Queen. Like, am I the only one hearing it that way?
I can hear her. I can understand what she's saying still, though.
Do you want to be the nigga known who got jacked for toilet paper? Like,
I mean, but that's not gonna happen, bro. I'm not anticipating
that will definitely
toilet
happen.
paper.
That
would be an interesting conflict. We'll say that.
But I just
there may be an attempt.
But check this out: if you at home and you in quarantine and you following the rules and you at home, you can always hop your ass in the shower and wash your shitty ass if you ain't got no toilet paper left. Like that's always an option to just wash your ass.
I mean, but I don't. Why should I have to? Why should I have to go through all of that when I can get toilet paper?
I'm just saying, like. Why is it this big thing about toilet paper? Like the fucking disease don't even cause diarrhea. So you think you're gonna be shitting extra?
Actually, they have added that to the list of symptoms. I do believe
they did.
Yeah,
they did.
Oh, because okay. Well, it wasn't out there when they first started though.
But see, now those people that got diarrhea at the crib and the shitload of toilet paper is feeling good.
Well, no,
they got diarrhea all the fucking time.
If that is a symptom of the disease, then that means that you in the hospital shitting on yourself more than likely anyway. You still don't need the toilet paper because if you got all of the symptoms, you at the hospital.
I think that can some people go a bit overboard for my taste? Yes, but I also see it on the flip side too. You know, like I want to have as much food as possible. I want to have as much of the comforts of home as I can possibly afford. I do. That's just me. You know, and
at the
the
price of saying fuck everybody else, y'all niggas starve, and I'm just gonna be sitting in here with all the extra trimmings and shit.
Okay, but let me ask you this: in 6 months, let's say this last 6 months, and the economy fucking just tanks. And we are now in not a recession, but a a depression.
Right.
Depression.
Mm-hmm. Are you upset at me at that point that I still have food to eat, or are you upset at yourself?
No, because I'm kicking in your door.
Yeah, you will. You will make that attempt.
Wrong.
You know, but should I not prepare myself and my family for that occurrence? Just because you feel bad?
I'm not saying don't protect you. I'm not saying don't protect your family. I'm saying don't be an asshole.
Right. Like the dude
who
that
decides that though? Who like you supposed to decide that for me? Like how much? Okay,
hell yeah.
Like how much milk can I purchase that's acceptable? Or how many packs of ground beef?
Guess what? You can't drink the amount of milk that you can afford to buy. You can't even drink it in the before it goes bad. Like, you know,
right.
2 gallons of milk should be good unless you got, like, if you got 5 kids in the house and they all drink milk and cereal, I can see you getting 3 to 4 gallons because of the size of your family. But me, it's 3 of us in this house. I don't need 6 gallons of milk. But I always buy toilet paper. So when that shit happens, I stay stacked on toilet paper and paper towels on a regular day. So we really good. So when I can get out here and find me a pack or 2 here and there, I'm buying it here and there just so we don't run out. But I had about
shit, 300 or 400 rolls of toilet paper already because that's just I buy in bulk all the time.
Right, like, and you complaining
Who's
about
that, Lisa?
me?
No, but see, the difference is she's not going
I'm not
in and
complaining
buying
about
everything
you.
in bulk and racing out the door.
I didn't
There's
run
difference.
Correct. I didn't run right out.
Okay,
and buy
if you
it
got
right
300 rolls of toilet paper already on deck, yes, you are buying shit in bulk. You may not have done it recently because you already had 300 damn rolls.
Exactly.
Correct.
And
Correct.
Now,
in a time span versus being in this ebb now where everybody literally is rushing out the door to the point where stores are telling you, oh, you can only get
buy
one or
pack.
2 packs, you
Right.
know, or you buy a pack of chicken, you can only get 3 packs of chicken, you know, and they're not caring about your family or not. You're going to get that 1 pack of chicken and be out the door. That's it. I'm ready to do
Let me ask you this. Do y'all have enough time to actually, you know, especially with everything going on, are you working more or has anything changed as far as your day-to-day, you know, not outside of being worried?
Ain't no traffic.
I'm working more. You know,
I'm
on call right now.
Okay. For me, I'm working more, but my situation is a little bit different. So I have been called off from working these last couple of weeks because census has been low because they've been such a deterrence for people to come to the hospital, right? Mm-hmm. So I have worked some days where I've worked, and then, you know, every 4 hours they reevaluate staff, and then I have traveled from building to building to make sure that I get my hours, but I call the floors like, y'all need some help for blah, 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 blah myself because I hustle like that. Other people that's not having that thought process, and I'm sorry I'm not going to share it because then that's going to cut in my hours. But the other people who are not having that, they happen to use their paid time off. You know what I'm saying? So I still have my paid time off in reserve, and I'm still trying to make sure that I minimally get my hours. And if I work on a regular week, I work 5 days anyway, 5 or 6 sometimes. I work 7 days, so you know it just depends. But it's like
she
I
got.
told you earlier,
I said, and you got toilet paper rolls 3 for $10.
You're fried,
right for sure.
I know with me, just this week alone, I worked almost. Let me see. This week alone, I almost worked 70 hours this week. So, you know, because I'm like with the queen that's speaking, you know, I'm bouncing actually from building to building from one side of town to the other. You know, because people are canceling their surgeries because, you know, the corona thing is going on. You know, I used to be able to do like elective surgeries, and the ones that we really have to do for oncology, they had to cancel all of those because of this outbreak. And it's hurting our patients. It really is. You know, we can't give, you know, treatments as much as we used to, you know, because we're told we have to quarantine ourselves. So this whole situation is hurtful all the way around to everybody, you know, and it comes down to money, you know.
Yeah,
it's a horrible thing.
That's the sad part. And I hope that we all, you know, for those of us, well, I think those of us on the phone were already aware, but there's a lot of folks with their head in the sand about healthcare in this country. And I'm hoping that this kind of opens at least some more eyes, you know, because this shit is ridiculous, you know, to say the least.
Can we talk about how the government has just failed the country? Like, it's, the numbers is crazy. Like, I can't imagine. Like, I got much respect for all y'all that work in the medical field. Like, I'm an essential employee as well, but you know, I do some other shit. I ain't in the medical field, but yeah, I don't know how y'all do it, man. Like, I'd have been called out sick and everything, man. You know what I mean? So y'all get nothing but the utmost respect from me. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it.
I ain't got no goddamn PTO. Shit.
Hey, listen, I had this one patient, his son, the patient is off the chain. He one of them kind of patients that lay on the car, like, right? So he yell out and all kind of stuff. So they approved this son to be able to come to get, you know, to print up some records and to keep his dad calm, right? The administration approved this visitor. So now he is up at the nurse's station and he's printing out his paperwork and stuff like that. But he keep on trying to engage in conversation with me. It has caused me to be pretty rude to people when I feel like they invade in my space, and because they don't, you try to give them the little okay then, and back up when they talking to you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I tell him, I said, he going through the papers, but you know how people about to lick their finger to pull up the next page. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
I told him, I said, sir, if you lick that paper, you're going to throw them away, and you're going to have to go back over there and reprint all of that, because I'm not going to take that from you if you lick it. Mm-hmm. And he looked at me like I had just called his mother a whore or something. Like, do you not know what's going on out here? He's like, I'm not going to lick it. I'll get you a wet paper towel so that you can put your finger on it and go through the pages. But if you lick it, sir, it's a done deal.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, I did have to Heisman this lady the other day at work. Like, she was so close to me. And at first I gave her the matrix, I moved back, I'm in the chair, and I'm like bending all the way over, and she is just clearly not interested in getting where I'm coming from. And I had to literally, Heisman her. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I forgot. We supposed to. Yeah, no, that's not that shouldn't be today. That should be every day.
Right, for real.
Just you are way too close to any human being that you're not married to or in love with. I'm so dead ass with that. I've always been a space person, and now it's like I went to the gas station today, and this guy was just like right, Nick, like, bro, why? First off, why are you this close? Period. But have you not been paying attention to shit? And I had to put my fucking hoodie on. I'm holding my breath like that's gonna fucking do something.
I'm sorry. If you don't take it in.
I'm dead ass. I have done that. I can't be the only person.
Yes. No, you not. That's what I was telling you about being in the grocery store. You said I ain't gonna say
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, like, there's no funny part about the coronavirus, but what's funny is the shit that's happening around it. Like, I think it's hilarious that Asian people are complaining about racism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I find it fucking hilarious that, like, now, like, everybody's looking at Asian people when they walk in the spot and whatnot. I personally find it funny. Like, I laugh every single fucking time. Every single fucking time.
I saw that one. Y'all saw that one meme when they be like, I coughed and the Asian lady go and look at me with big old eyes, and she said, I said, bitch, y'all started this shit.
That is one thing I will say, especially like working in a nursing home. Like, some of my patients, man, so fucking hilarious. It truly, I'm truly appreciative of their silliness, especially now, because they be saying shit to people that I be wanting to say, and the shit just be so funny, and it takes your mind off of shit. Like, you get the one little old lady that just don't take no shit from nobody, and your boss will go in there and try to say something to them, and they be like, man, fuck you, get the fuck out. You ain't shit anyway. Blase please. And in your mind, you just dying laughing. Like, that's one thing that has been a really bright spot for me is some of my patients. I'm not even gonna lie. It makes it a lot easier to go to work. Now don't get me wrong. I got some imperfect ones as well. But every now and then, man, they'll say some shit or do some shit, and it'll just lighten the load for the whole floor. And also what was dope was several people donated money to me. I wrote a post one day, and several people donated money. And so I bought lunch 2 days in a row for our floor. That was pretty fucking dope. So shout out to those people that donated. I gotta make sure that I acknowledge y'all.
Did you get pizza both days?
No, I got pizza one day and chicken sandwiches the next.
I want that Giannino's right now. You hear me? Right now.
And somebody complained about that too, but they didn't get none the day before. Maybe they was just hating.
fried.
They
On
complain
that
about
note,
what?
got a text message. Got to go back to the hospital. I'll holler at you later.
All right, peace, Queen.
Peace, hon.
Be safe. Be
Be
safe.
safe. No doubt.
I know, but she keeps.
And for those of you that are listening and would like to call in, the number is 347-855-8692, and you just press 1. And we talking about healthcare workers on the front line, and of course, we talking about the coronavirus. And it's pretty dope that like black people are so fucking amazing, man. We will laugh at any fucking thing, and I'm not even gonna lie that. Some days I get stressed and I don't be wanting to see the shit, but most of the days I be rolling. Like even when I'm stressed, that shit, like you'll wake up, look at some shit on Facebook, and be in tears about the silliest shit. And that coronavirus song that I played, that shit was banging.
Who got a coronavirus song?
I forget the cat's name. Actually, it's somebody in Detroit that made one, but I don't like theirs. And then somebody in I don't know where they're from, but I know they remade Soldier Clap or Nola Clap, whatever it is. And it was the Corona Clap, and the shit was actually pretty dope. It was actually pretty dope. I was like, wow. And it just kind of like described the shit that that's the interesting part too is that we all are humanity is experiencing some shit together, no matter what country you in. Like I was talking to Camp Cleveland, and while I'm at it, let me make sure that I do throw his advertisement in here, because that's our guy right there, Camp Cleveland. If you do want to take a tour when all this shit is over, you want to take a tour to Africa, hit up Camp Cleveland at 216-526-5241. And you see some of the prices on there. 7 days, 1 country, only 3 stacks, not even 3 stacks, 2,800. 14 days, 1 country, 4 stacks, 14 days, 2 countries, 4,500. You might want to take advantage of that 14 days, 2 countries. So when this is all over and we can move around, let's make it happen.
Damn, I just was thinking I'm gonna have to see if he can't cut it. If you get 3 of them, I need to talk. I'm gonna take my girls to something like that.
You know what? I'll definitely put you in contact with the brother.
Mhm.
And he's actually in Africa now.
Yeah, I'd like to take 1 trip in the States and 1 trip out the States every year.
Yeah, I definitely want to go to Africa at some point, especially now. I kind of want to just conquer my fear of getting on planes, and I make it through this shit. Fuck it, man. I'm going to Egypt.
Hold on, man.
Might as well.
Nigga,
you never been on an airplane?
This nigga goes into a hospital in the middle of a fucking pandemic for work and scared to get on the airplane.
I don't work in the hospital, but still. Yes, nigga, I got, I'm scared to get on the airplane. Yes, it's been that way I wasn't always scared to get on the airplane. I've been on the airplane before, but it's been about 30 years maybe. No. It's been about 20 years.
What was it that occurred that shifted your plane experience?
Actually, it wasn't the plane. It was shifted my being scared of heights. I used to get on all the roller coasters, used to get on all the rides, never had a fear of heights. And then one day, I chaperoned my youngest daughter, her class. They took a trip to one of the amusement parks down here. So we get on the Ferris wheel, because I got her and 2 of her friends. I'm the chaperone for it. The fucking Ferris wheel.
Yo, this
we get
is not
stopped.
Going to end well.
I'm just saying, man. This is when this is the moment, literally, where I just, for some reason in my mind, I became scared of heights. The Ferris wheel, they have to stop every so often to let people off. Well, we get stuck at the top. And it's like the highest thing in this particular amusement park. So I could see everything. And these little kids is swinging the shit. And at that moment,
this nigga don't like high school kids no more. Yo, John got a backstory to everything he don't like. Like, people like, man, fuck the Roots. And he gets black sauce.
Yes, I do, man. I have experiences. There's usually a reason why I don't like something. But if you do want to get on air, you do have to press 1 just to let me know you want to get on air. I do see we got a caller checking out. Tuned in.
This nigga said, fuck all second graders. Seriously.
Hey man, I'm just telling you, man. Like, that is absolutely the moment where I became afraid of heights, and it's just progressively gotten worse. But you are right. And say that again.
No, I said that is kind of messed up though, because like, crazy shit happens, and if they would have swung some shit and that would have failed, that would have been terrible.
Oh, yeah, we had to shut that down quickly. I was like, hey, y'all going to have to stop doing that shit. And they stopped, but from that moment on, But, like, you got a point, though, Ron. Like, I've been thinking about that shit. Like, okay, well, if I can make it through this shit, and this is, like, the craziest shit that's happened in my lifetime, then, yeah, I should be able to get on the airplane and go see the world while I'm still fucking here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Don't cheat yourself, though. Like, it's so much work. Because guess what's going to happen? If it's your day to go out this motherfucker, you going to go. So if you don't get on the plane might drop on your ass if you're supposed to die in the plane crash. You understand what I'm saying? So live your life.
You know what you need to do? You need to go chaperone one of your grandkids. Field trips. To redeem yourself.
No, what I really would like to do is take my grandkids somewhere. Like to France or to South Africa, just somewhere really extravagant, And I think that's one of the things that I'm going to work towards, when this is all said and done. One thing that I have been concerned about is it's like I want to hoard every penny I got now. Like I really don't want to pay anything just in case, because if the shit hit the fan, we need money for this, we're going to need money for that. And that has really just that's been a big source of just stress for me.
See, nigga, you gotta pick berries. You won't have no worries.
Let me tell you what I do. What I did. I called. I made minimum payments on credit cards. I made half payments on other stuff, and I check y'all out next month to see how it goes. Now I'm gonna save my money. You understand what I'm saying? So the balance of that is saving. I'm not just frivolously spending so that when the time catches up, I can still pay what I owe. But I'm not I'm not putting it all in their hands right now because I need to know what I might have to do.
Yeah. And like I say, like most of us aren't going to benefit from the government shit because we are still working.
Yeah. But what is it? I didn't see how they said they was going to break it down. I just saw that one person who was getting disability. And Rome, tell me what you think about what I said to that. Was you on the phone yet? Was you here yet?
No, you wasn't on the phone.
Tell them what I said. Tell me what you think about
basically, that. She was saying if you're already on Social Security, you should not get no extra shit because nothing has changed for you. But like some shit has increased in price, So I guess
gas
a little,
is down tremendously.
Yeah, gas is, which is not a good thing. It's a good thing for us.
No, but what I was saying is that what I'm saying is that it's not that I don't feel like they don't deserve anything, but I'm just saying if 1,200 is the max and they don't work and they what's increased? Like you got to break on your lights, you got to break on your gas in most states, right? So what?
Yeah.
What changed? You got a fixed income, which means you get the same amount of money every single month. So where does stimulus come in?
Yeah. And
1,200 is the max.
That is, you like I said, you've got a point. I can't be mad at the point. It's just that I'm like, look, they're already struggling. Fuck it, them getting a couple of extra dollars don't really bother me. You know, I do think again, like if you on the front lines though, you should be getting some monetary. Not you know, like I don't want a pizza party.
Right, that's what.
Let
me tell you, nurses, we better be lit. They better come in that motherfucker with camels and shit for us.
Right, carry me to my car.
I gotta have a
nurses' car should be lit.
Okay.
Yes, you know,
they better have
that's
a
one thing y'all want to do.
Meal. They should have a party.
What I did see is, like, and I think I said this the other day, but in Vancouver and actually other places across the world, like they have designated a time to literally give the healthcare workers a standing ovation.
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool.
Yeah, that was fucking cool. Normally, I would be like, that's corny, you know, he ain't paying me. But that was just dope. Like, your whole fucking country just stops every day and says thank you. Yep. That's pretty fucking dope.
Yep. At changes shifts, they do it in the morning and at night.
You know, like, and if you are a patient
is Rome on the phone? Is Rome on here now?
Rome be in and out, man. Rome is here, but he ain't here.
Okay, got you. Because I was like,
Yeah, what I missed?
What you say? You ain't missed nothing. She was just saying if you were still on the phone, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. But like I would be, you know, like if you happen to check this out after we wrap the show up, do me a favor in the comments. Let me know what's going on where you at. You know, do y'all have what you need? Do you feel supported by management? Because I'm seeing, especially in the nursing groups, a lot of nurses are really going through some shit and feeling as though they are being bullied by their management. And matter of fact, somebody wanted me to read something, so I'm going to do that too. Let me see. If long-term care don't have the basic everyday get-through-work supplies, what makes us think they'll have supplies for this? CDC says this and that about it. I think they need to come up in long-term care places and see the real deal. Maybe if they would be the state and actually did the state survey shit, maybe things would be different. CDC says do proper things so we don't spread it. Hell, give us our supplies and we won't. Her husband has an autoimmune disease, and he sure doesn't need that. And that's a big concern for a lot of healthcare workers is a sick loved one, somebody that was already compromised. And the sad part is now they're in a damned if they do, damned if they don't situation. Like, I'm not sure if healthcare workers can apply for unemployment benefits if they quit, but I saw a sister go live the other day, and she was like her manager wanted to transfer her to the coronavirus floor. Yeah. And she was saying she had already, her manager was aware that she was immunocompromised already, and that she didn't have anybody to watch her kids for her. Now, the kids part one is tough because most people have kids, but when you know that your employee's already compromised, why would you do that? And she quit her job on the spot. Quit her job on the spot, went in the locker room and went live immediately and was like, I just quit my job. This is why I just quit my job. But real quick, let me get to 9571. What's good, fam?
Greetings. This is Ianifa Kimi. How are you?
What's good, Queen?
How's everybody this evening?
Making it?
Yay. All right. I love the show. I figured I'd, put my little 2 cents in. With inflation, it might be equivalent to 7 cents. I don't know. But I applaud our healthcare workers. I really do. But we are forgetting other people as well. I have one daughter who is in public health, and she was just called to oversee one of the testing sites. So she's going to be pulling 12-hour days. She definitely has a compromised immune system. Absolutely. She has already heart issues. And, you know, she loves public health and working with the public. I have, that's my middle girl. My oldest daughter, she works in a doctor's office. So she is constantly, you know, helping the patients when they come in for their visits. Her immune system is okay, but we just kind of watch. For me, my system is definitely compromised. I have RA, or rheumatoid arthritis. A lot of people don't think about that part, and that's when the white blood cells, which are the ones that do all the fighting of germs and all viruses and stuff, it turns on itself, and it starts attacking healthy cells, and it's fighting so much that it doesn't protect the body. And then I have a type 1 diabetic daughter that lives with me, which means she has no immune system. So the regimen that I'm on completely suppresses my immune system, so I have none. But I take care of victims of sexual assault and domestic violence. So I see different people that come in off the street from anywhere. So there are many people out there. We're all deemed, all three of us are deemed essential to the mission. And love my nurses for life. I really do. There are others that are out there that are facing a lot as well. You really have to love what you do. But what you just read about the young lady, I would have quit too. You know, I'm starting to hear that businesses are taking advantage of employees. I get a lot of people that come and talk to me. I've helped a few people pay a couple bills here and there, even though there's forgiveness. I just don't trust that. You know, I don't know. There's something kind of, you know, fishy about that. So I've helped a couple people buy food that didn't have any because they go in and everything is gone. So what I'm finding is that those of us who have a little bit, we are going to have to step up to plate to help those who may not have. This is that point in time where, you know, we can't be selling our souls for $1,000 check.
But I'm gonna take that $1,000 check.
I will too, but it'll help to buy some food for some people that don't have any. You know, if I get it, which I probably will. It's just in the meantime, we got a lot of work to help one another out with, and this Corona, the Rona, however you want to call it, her, him. It has turned us into, we went from people talking all this smack about how we this and how we that to the point to where we're scared. And I'm just watching the change in our own people, and it's like, I'm confused.
Well, you know what it is, though, Queen? You can't, like you can't shoot back at this, or you can't curse it out or beat it up. You know, and it's nothing you can see and say, oh no, I'm gonna turn left, or it's over there, I'm not gonna go that way. And that's what, you know, it's the unknown about it that has people scared, because it's like you can do some things, but you can't really just. Well, it's difficult, you know, when there's no enemy that you can actually fight personally.
Well, I mean, look, our HIV rates are sky high. People still not wearing condoms. They're not afraid of that.
I mean, well, there's some people. There's a lot of people that are wearing condoms, though, or not.
Yeah, but a lot are
all.
not. There are a lot that are not. And then you've got a flu that kills thousands. You know, we kind of look at that and go, okay, I'll get through that. You know,
yeah, but with the flu, you don't wake up, like the flu don't kill like 12 people yesterday and then 112 people the next day.
Yeah,
It'll kill people, 12 people.
Worldwide, yes, it does. That flu is vicious.
I mean, but the numbers for that have been pretty consistent over the years. You know what I'm saying? But this one, like, if this was to continue at this pace, it would dwarf the flu by August.
And I understand. I get where you're coming from. My concern comes in where it took this to get people to wash their hands. It took this to get people to give people space. You know, I'm one. I don't like to be touched. You know, and it took a virus to get people to stop touching me. You know, I don't want to shake your hand. You know, I don't want you next to me. It took a virus to get that. You know, and under other circumstances, they'd be like, "Oh, you're so antisocial." No, I have a compromised immune system. So does my daughter. Your fingernails are dirty. I don't know where your hands have been. You know what I'm saying? So now that this virus is out, now everybody respects everybody's space. And that's where that's where I'm having the issue. It took a virus to get people to respect other people's space. That should never be. There are people out here wiping off shopping carts knowing daggone well they go to the bathroom and don't even wash their hands. Now all of a sudden
that's nasty, by the way, too. Just if you out there and you are one of those people, that's
There's a lot of
disgusting.
people that do that. A lot of people do that. That's why I don't shake hands. You know,
and that's
why
publicly,
many
like
people.
we should, you know, that should be like an agreement, a societal agreement that if you see a motherfucker go to the bathroom and don't wash their hands, you should be able to publicly berate them.
I agree. I mean, there's been many times I've been in the ladies' room in the stall and I hear the flush and then I hear the door and they walked out and I'm like, ew. You know, it happens so often. You know, and this shows what happens when you are not hygienic. You know, people sneeze and you can feel their spit on you. That's just disgusting.
Oh.
You know,
yeah,
people cough.
We got an issue with
you
that.
Know, but I'm saying these are some societal norms that we just let go. And now we're seeing where our flippant ways and our lazy ways, how it transmits and how quickly it transmits. That's why I'm not worried. I refuse to allow this to worry me. I have a big concern about, you know, where my daughter is because she's right there. She's testing people, you know, in those little tents. You know, she's going to be doing 12-hour days.
That's the same thing with me.
Right
it's
there.
like at this point I've gotten kind of like okay with getting up, still going to work, the whole nine. I worry like shit about my kids, though.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't me at all. It's just like, you know, okay, are they gonna be working? You know, do we need to do this? Do we need to do that? You know, how can we get you through this scenario, and make sure that the whole family, you know, is held down. You know, so we came up with a couple of little plans and you know, try to be prepared for worst case scenarios on all fronts.
That's it. And that's what we had to do because a lot of our family members were always in something to do with taking care of people. And we always have a contingency plan. We keep up with each other. She kind of threw us, you know, all off because I have 4 children. They're all grown, and I'm the only living parent. And when she announced it, you know, we were just like, oh, crap. You know, I didn't think of public health that's what she would end up doing. And she's down in Florida. So I'm really kind of like, oh, here we go. You know, but she's going to do the best that she can to make sure. But I told her, I said, you know, if you get sick, I'm going to be there in a heartbeat. You know, I know I probably won't be able to get to see her, but that's my child. You know, there ain't no disease that's going to stop me. Look, but there are a lot of people out there.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Queen, but shout out to 6884. She had to go. We'll definitely appreciate you rocking with us, Queen. And your insight and your wisdom is always on point. So definitely, I just wanted to make sure we said thank you. Oh, and thank you for being a fucking phenomenal ass nurse, and on your shit at all times. You are greatly appreciated for that. And I didn't want anybody to think that we were like doing the show at the expense of other people out there dealing with things.
Not
it's
at
just
all.
that, like I'm a nurse, so
they're right there. Yeah,
that
that's a hard
hits
job.
home with me. Yeah, so I can sympathize with what a lot of folks is going through.
But Steve, that's where and I saw the piece where they are clapping every day. I thought it was gorgeous, and I think we should be contacting and calling up folks and making sure they're okay. Coronavirus don't travel through telephone lines. You can call and see and make sure your fellow nurse is okay. Especially if you know they are one. Now is not the time to roll up the sidewalks. I mean, granted, you're at home, but now you have more time on your hands to make sure people are okay. Nothing's going to hurt you picking up a phone and checking, seeing if they're okay. I'm still finding rolls of toilet paper and running it to different people's houses. I'm still making hand sanitizer and running it to people's houses. It just, I'm not saying that I'm fearless, but I just want people to be okay.
And speaking of the hand sanitizers, is there a hand sanitizer, if you are aware, if you've listened to this show, that does not, like my hands look like snake skin? Like this shit is
that's
fucking
why.
my hands up.
Well, that's why I make my own. And it's so funny that now the alcohol beverage folks are like, don't use those homemade hand sanitizers, because now they're making it. So, see, this is always going to be about profit. And I taught a few people how to make it so that it doesn't eat your hands up. I've been making hand sanitizer for about 6 years. And there's a way to do it that's healthy. I just send you the recipe so you can hook it up. That's all. It's really not hard. They don't see, this is the money-making time. And this is time where capitalists are just jumping up and down. That is where my anger is, because, you have a politician talking about, let's let all the old people die off and who thinks like that?
Yeah, like I'll die so the economy will be good. Yeah, you on your own, bro. Like, we're going to struggle in this bitch together. I'm not trying to go nowhere.
Not playing. I have family up in New York. I check on them. How you doing? Don't come down here, but how you doing? How are you?
We had a nurse call up from New York, and that was
a mess.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. So definitely salute to all the nurses, just globally.
Absolutely.
Right now, especially with New York being the epicenter globally of the pandemic. My heart, my prayers, and my thoughts go out to the frontline workers in New York. If nobody told you today, you are loved. And Jersey, too. Jersey is getting hit. Yeah, Jersey is getting hit.
Louisiana's getting hit. Apparently, Louisiana is starting to double and triple in its rates. And see, this is where the visiting nurses are going to be flying all over the place, special passes, of course, to go help out. It's like ground zeros everywhere. So, those folks, I have one relative, she is a visiting nurse. She hops all over the place, and I'm just like, sis, you got to take care of yourself, And those nurses, even my primary care doctor, they're working overtime in their respective hospitals, because they have a hospital as well that they're, I guess, a resident, and I forget how that works. And
well, they got privileges for you to practice.
There you go.
A hospital has to be able to be like, okay, we'll allow you to follow up with your patients here. So they got privileges.
And,
but
see, I'm still on the border. We still have the caravan. We still have the caravan here.
I hate to cut you off, but we go. I'm sorry, Queen, but we are going to wrap it up about 15 minutes early.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. I just wanted to let you know.
No, you're fine. I love the show. I just want to call up and say hey and give, like I said, my 7 cents and count inflation.
Appreciate it as always, Queen. You already know.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I might just have to just buy some of the hand sanitizer. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to make shit. I'm just not. I'd rather send you a couple of bucks and get some in the mailbox. That works for me.
The money goes to buying the school supplies. We got the kiddos who are home. So I got some parents already hit me up for school supplies, which is fine. So, I keep it circulating. So it doesn't go in my pocket. Mm-hmm.
And if there's anything that we can do, you already know, just let me know.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to go cook some dinner. Much love, and Ola the Mighty blesses all of y'all, and Ifa got y'all, and I say, y'all have a good evening, okay?
You too, Queen.
Peace, Queen.
Peace.
All right, Ron, who you shouting out, bro?
Man, shout out all the medical workers, man, that's out there sacrificing their time away from their family and putting their lives at risk to help people, man. Like I said, I can't commend and give enough props for y'all. Y'all better than me. I'll tell you what. But outside of that, man, follow me on IG. That's Striving for Perfection _43. Check us out tomorrow. We got the water cooler popping. Oh man, yeah, man. Shout out Team Melvin, yo. Like I just came, got it in a little earlier today, man. We on the rise, man. And if you send me a message, I might be able to get you at least your phone number, man, on that 3 for $10 toilet paper deal, yo. So, you know what I'm saying? Yo, holla at me. Y'all short on toilet paper, man, and
300 rolls is talking about me. Oh,
how much ass is you wiping?
Oh my goodness. 300 rolls. You talking shit about me. Oh my goodness. Oh, and Keys Development and 300 Gangsters. You forgot them.
That's a super facts, man. Shout out my brother PFK Boom, man. Congrats again on Boom's Coffee, man. And that's fire. Shout out to Dr. Mahat too. And I think that's all I got, man. We'll holler at y'all tomorrow.
No doubt, man. And don't forget to check out the family, man, liberationmindedmedia.com. That is Psychopathia, The Rundown with Renee, Black Eye Stand Radio, and, of course, My Skin is My Sin, which does include Self-Love is My Rehab, Opinions, Assholes, and Love, Logic, and Communication. So check us out tomorrow, like he said, on the water cooler at 9 p.m. We'll be live here on YouTube and Facebook. And also, let's see what we got Saturday. We got Love, Logic, and Communication, and we got Opinions, Assholes. And then we got Opinions and Assholes, I think, is at 6 o'clock, and Love, Logic, and Communication is at 7 p.m., both Eastern Standard Time. And Sunday, we got Self-Love is My Rehab that comes on at 7 p.m. And, man, shout out to all the men and women on the front line. You are so fucking appreciated. And I know we going through some shit right now, but let's go through it together. Stop with the my job is this. No job is more important than the next job. We all on the front line. Appreciate the person next to you, because they might not be next to you forever. You feel me? Don't forget to subscribe to us on Blackspace, BLAQ space.com. Just look up Liberation Minded Media. And hit us up on Instagram, My Skin is My Sin 1. Twitter's the same thing. Facebook, the whole nine. Check us out on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. And share the show when you hear it. Other than that, and don't forget to check out emeraldshell.com. And again, thank you so much.
For anybody trying to get in touch with us or for booking or for interviews or any topics, anything, email us at goonsthegods@gmail.com.